Today I just wanted to go over Jest just a little bit. So yesterday we talked about Karma, which is actually a testing framework that was created by the guys at Angular. Because every big company has their own open source project now, Jest is the one from Facebook. So the first thing that you do is you install Jest. And in this case, we've got our What I Learned Today project. So I'm just going to save that into the dev section of our package.json. So that'll go out and grab Jest. So one of the things that's interesting about Jest is that they put everything into a specific directory. So it's called __test__. Don't know why. That's just what they picked. So I suppose that's fine. All right. So now if I attempt to run, well, now the next thing to do is actually to come into my package manager, or package.json, sorry. And I'm going to add a new section, scripts. So these are scripts that I can run using npm. And this script is going to be test, and it's just going to run Jest. So now when I come out to the command line, I can do npm test, and it will say we're going to go out and run your scripts. It's using Jest 0.3.0, but we don't actually have any tests, so it didn't do anything. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add, let's add something to test. I don't want to get into testing all of the complexities of the application just in this 15 minutes, so let's just create a new file in the root, and we're going to call it add it. So this is just going to add a couple of numbers. And a lot of this is just taken directly from the tutorial on the Jest homepage. So go out, take a look at, just do a search for jest.js. It'll take you to Facebook's GitHub page. Walk you through all this stuff. Okay. So we're going to create a function. Just have a first and a second number. And all it's going to do is just add the two together. And then we're going to do module exports. Like that. So that's going to create a function, and we're just going to export that function from this file so that we can require it in our tests. So now if I go into my test folder, we're going to have a new file called add it test.js. All right. So this one, I have to start by telling Jest to both load the tests, both load the file where our function lives, and I'm going to tell it to not mock that file. And the reason for that is that Jest automatically mocks out everything in a module that you require. So in other frameworks, when we've, like RSpec or even with Karma, if you want to mock your functions, you have to do that. Jest takes an opposite approach, and it says, hey, everything's a mock. We're just going to pretend like things really exist, but not really do it. So when you do this, when you do a require, it'll actually read all of the exports in your module and then create mocks for all of those methods. So if you actually want to test one of those methods, you have to tell it, don't mock it. So I'm going to load that add it.js. I don't need the JS. And then we use the same Jasmine. This uses Jasmine under the hood, so same syntax as when we were working with Karma, similar to RSpec. And we're going to describe add it. And it adds two numbers. All right. So now I'm going to require add it. So now that I have that function available to me via this require. Again, this keeps it from mocking it out. And expect addit of 3 and 2 to be 5. Okay, so now we have a test that we can run. So if I come back out to the command line, I can do npm test. And if I didn't mess that up, which I'm starting to wonder if I did, let's make it fail and see if there's any other output, or if it's just not finding it. Oh, this is what's wrong. It's not test. I named the folder wrong, so it should be tests. Okay, so now let's try again. So now when I run it, we get it to failure. That's what we would expect. Come in here, fix this and set it to be 5, and run it. And now our test passed.